Hi guys, greetings to all of you. This video is aimed at telling you how you can effectively use the Creatrix test series, that is K-Test. So I wish to discuss with you all how to use K-Test. So let us start with the beginning. So you all might be knowing that you can log in with Google Plus or Facebook. You can create an account, purchase the test series, and you can log in with either Google Plus or Facebook. So I'll be starting from once you have logged into your account and what all details you see and how you can make use of each and every detail. Okay. See, once you have logged in, you might be seeing this kind of a display in which on the top your stream and the exam will be listed. From here you can toggle between GATE Mechanical Engineering, in which I will only see the free plan because I am registered for electrical. You can go to Electronics and Communication. Again you will see only the free test because you are registered for electrical. And once I go into electrical, it will say that 67 tests are there, out of which I have completed only 2 tests. Okay. Then let us discuss step by step what all information is available. Here my name, email ID and contact number with which I have registered is given. Then our active plans are shown, that is electrical engineering premium because I have bought the paid plan, and free because I have registered on the website. Now course progress. As you keep on completing the course or as you keep on completing the test, this progress bar will increase, which will indicate how much far you have gone into the entire test series. This will give you a sense of target or a motivation that you have to reach it to 100%. And then the next column, it shows your last test performance. Sometime it may so happen that you might not be getting the time to attempt the test series, or you might have attempted last test 1 month back. So this tab will provide you a constant reminder that it has been a long time or how many days it has been since you attempted the last test, and it will show you what was your performance in the last test. Even if you have forgotten, it will be a reminder that how was your performance in your last test. Okay. And you can see the full performance of the last test as well as you can share your score on the Facebook. If you go a bit down, you will see a list of subject tests. Like I have attempted 2 tests, it is showing network analysis ST1. I can view the result, I can view the solution. Network analysis ST2, I can view the result, view the solution. And whichever tests I haven't given, they are showing for start test. Okay. So I can click here and start my test. Then if there is certain test which is not yet live on the portal, it will say the test will be live on this particular date at this particular time. So if you have completed that particular subject and you are waiting for the test, then you know on which date it is going to be live. But as of now, most of the subject tests are available. Then this year there will be 2 open tests that will be conducted by Creatrix, in which every student, whether or not he is a paid user of Creatrix, can appear for the test. One will be conducted on 30th November and other will be on 9th of Jan. Below that you can see full test. One mock test or one demo test is available which you can start. It is basically GATE 2017 paper. Other than that, all the full tests that have been designed by Creatrix will go live on respective dates starting from 2nd October. Okay. So whichever tests are live, you will see a start test option in front of that and you can directly start the test. Now the biggest challenge that any user faces is how to attempt the test series, how to make use so that I can improve the rank. So mark my point that merely giving test series is never enough. Okay. Unless otherwise you analyze your result and you improve upon that, there is no motive behind the test series. So let us take an example of one subject. This can be any subject. See, other branches do not get demotivated that I am going for electrical subject. See, I am from electrical, so it will be natural for me to deal with electrical, but I'll tell you the whole process that you have to follow in addition to giving tests, so that you can also copy the same process in the other subjects as well as other branches. See, suppose I have covered network analysis, I have solved certain study material. Covering a subject means, what does it mean by covering a subject? When my subject is ready. Once you have covered the theory portion, this might be through notes, study material, or some standard book. You should have completed some theory portion. Okay. Actually, do not think that you have to do all of these. Either of this is fine. Then the main thing is the question bank. At least 50 to 60 question per chapter you have practiced. Okay. It can also be less depending upon the size of the chapter, how wide it is. For smaller chapters, 20-30 questions are also fine. Okay. Once you have done this, then you go to the KTest portal and you attempt a test. Okay. Once you have attempted a test, you go to this tab, view result. See, it will show your result. Now what all parameters is it showing me? It is saying that 713 people have attempted this test, out of which my rank is 98. So I get a fair idea like where I am standing as compared to other people. But it does not make much of a difference unless the users are very large, because you never know in actual GATE how it will be like. Okay. Secondly, it is just a subject test and GATE is based on all the tests. So do not take this rank too seriously. Consider your personal improvement as the motive behind subject test rather than improving your rank. Okay. Next is the marks. Out of 40 marks, I have a total of 20 marks. Then accuracy. Accuracy is how many questions I have attempted, and out of that, how many questions are correct. This is a very important parameter, because what I recommend GATE aspirants is that you should always target the accuracy to be 100%. Okay. And at the same time, you have to see this attempted question. In order to improve the accuracy, this attempt should not go too down. So what I'll tell you is, in subject test, Creatrix has 20 questions. So keep a threshold. This is test is for 1 hour. So threshold should be at least 10 questions attempted. This is at least. You can have more than this but not less than this. Okay. And secondly, target an accuracy of 80 to 90% from the starting. That should be your target. Okay. You should not attempt less than 10 questions, and at the same time your correct answers should be 80 to 90% of the attempted ones. Then this time, it is how much time have you taken for a test. This time will be a very relevant parameter in the mock test, because in that you have to attempt the test in less than 3 hours so that you can cover the GATE paper within 3 hours. If you have a habit of attempting a mock test in 3 hours, then what will happen? In GATE, due to exam pressure, you will be delayed and you won't be able to complete the paper in the 3 hours. So this time is not that much important for subject test, but yes, it is very much relevant for the mock test. Okay. And even this rank parameter should be taken very seriously in mock test rather than the subject test. Then it shows the highest marks. And in Creatrix, we do not have any fake user that we are feeding the answers from our side. If someone is obtaining 40 marks, it means there is one genuine user, and since he is registering from his Facebook, you can see on the left hand side in this tab, Kaushal Kumar, he has got 40 marks. That is, he has attempted all the questions perfectly. So I know at what level I have to reach in order to be in the toppers, or in order to have a very good rank. I have a certain target in mind. I know that this user is getting that many marks and I can aspire to beat him. I must aspire to compete with him. I must aspire to improve. Okay. Then you can view the solutions from here in order to know where you committed a mistake in your method. and you can also share on Facebook. Next, if you see, the subject test have only technical portion, there is no aptitude portion, that is why it is only showing technical bar graph. Here it is showing in green how many questions did I attempted correctly. I attempted 12 questions, that is 60%. Then I attempted 4 questions incorrect, that is 20%. And 4 questions I left, that is again 20%. Okay. So this shows how much attempt and how many are incorrect. And you must always aspire to reduce the size of this red column to 0 so that your incorrect answer should be 0 while keeping the size of this green bar greater than equal to 10 in the subject test. Then next, let us see the chapter wise performance. This is a big initiative from our side that we are giving you the chapter wise performance after each subject test so that you know where you are lagging. So let me analyze. In graph theory, actually only one question was asked and it was correct. In two-port network, there were 2 questions, out of which one was correct for me and one was incorrect. In network theorem DC, I see a very good performance. There were 3 questions and all of them I attempted correctly. But in network basics, certain things I am lagging might be that I am not good enough with the shortcuts and I am not good enough with identifying the method which should be used in the analysis. So 2 questions were correct and 2 were incorrect. But now I come across a chapter such as sinusoidal analysis, in which I see what I see here, that there were a total of 6 questions. Out of that only 2 were correct. So I get an idea here that my sinusoidal analysis is a weaker point. Then I see transient. Transient is a very strong point because all questions are correct. So what I'll do from here is, I'll note it down that transient and network theorems, these are my stronger points. So I'm done with them. But then sinusoidal analysis is weak. Okay. So I must work upon it. So what I'll do is, I'll revise sinusoidal analysis once again. How to revise? Read your notes once. Then practice around 10 to 20 questions minimum. Once you are done with this, you might be gaining confidence. Then you can look for the second weakest point. Like here, my second weakest point is the network basics. So I'll work upon it, though it will be lesser than the sinusoidal analysis, but some problems on basic. That is what I need to do. So based on this chapter wise analysis, I have created a roadmap for me for, let us say, next 3 to 5 days. Next 3 to 5 days, work hard upon it, and then what you do is you go and attempt another test. Now let me show you what other analysis is available. If you go a bit more down, you will see how many students are lying in different marks range, like -3 to 2 maximum students are there. Then this green curve shows that I am here. See, if you move your cursor here, you will see that you are here and there are 77 users in that. So if you see, it is a kind of Gaussian distribution in which the maximum is occurring near the center, and at both the sides, that is extremely high marks and extremely low marks, students are pretty less. Okay. And to tell you the truth, that is why it is called as normal distribution, because it can be normally seen everywhere. So let us move back to the discussion that we were doing. Let us not go that much technical. So if you see, your aim should be constantly desiring and working towards moving to the right. That is, your aim should be to be in as lesser users as you can, but mind, it should be on the right, because lesser users are here as well, but I don't want you to go here. What I want from you is that you should go on the right, that is where the users are less but marks are high. Okay, and if you are moving towards right, that means you are going in the right direction and your subject knowledge and subject expertise is improving day by day. Now what happens once I have revised these chapters, what I'll do is I'll go back to the test series, I'll attempt one more test, and then I'll view the result. Now let us see what happens then. Now if you see, my rank has improved 20 to 27, but now the users are less. That is why I am telling mock test rank is very crucial, but do not mind too much this subject wise test rank. Now my marks are around the same range, 22. It might be that the test was difficult, that is why my marks are lesser. Accuracy, see, my accuracy is consistent. Last time it was 75%, now it is 76.47%. Consistently improving your accuracy, that should be the aim of the subject test. That is why at Creatrix what we have done, we have kept +2 marks for a correct answer and -1 for an incorrect answer, irrespective if it is a NAT type of question or MCQ. Now many of you might think that we are not conducting the test series on the gate pattern, that is negative marking is not -1/3 or -2/3, rather -1. Why is it so? Don't we have any thought, or are we technically incapable of keeping the marking as per gate? No, we are technically capable, but what we want is a heavy penalty for each incorrect answer, so that you are motivated in the right direction to attempt every question perfectly, to answer only those questions where you are completely sure. And if you can gain accuracy in the subject test, then you see, when you go up to the mock test level, your accuracy will be very high and you will be among the toppers and you will definitely get a good gate rank. But remember, you can never compromise the accuracy just for attempting more questions, because number of attempts will not get you gate rank, but this accuracy will definitely weigh. But there is a catch. You can never attempt less than 50% of the paper and expect to get a gate rank. That means for accuracy, at the same time we have to keep a minimum threshold on the number of questions that we are attempting. We cannot go below a certain threshold level. Now let us see further analysis. This time I have attempted 13 correct, last time it was 12. Now 20% 4 questions are incorrect, that was same last time around, but unattempted are lesser. So let us move to the main point, that is the chapter wise performance. Now you see, network theorems is again my stronger area because I have scored well in this. Okay. And if you see sinusoidal analysis, now I see out of 6 questions I have done 5 and 5 are correct. That means definitely my revision session was fruitful. I am able to gain from the revision session and this chapter becomes fine. But network basics is again lagging. So whenever you are attempting the next network test, you have to revise this topic. Okay. I am not saying that you get stuck on a certain subject and keep on revising again and again and not move to the next subject. What strategy I am telling you is, first of all, cover one subject. Then second, give subject test. Third step, analyze your performance. Then revise, give subject test. Once you are done, the next step should be move to another subject. Okay. Then once you are done with 6 subjects, if you have 6 subjects completed, then what you do is you start one new subject, then one old subject revision. You have to do this simultaneously. Okay. And at that time, again analyze your performance. Okay. And then revise. I have already told you the strategy for revision. and then give subject test. This is what you have to follow in order to improve the knowledge of each and every subject that you are facing in GATE. Okay. Then if you see, now I have moved one bar ahead, that is I am in the third column. Earlier I was in the fourth column. That is what you have to do. You have to consistently improve and move forward. That should be the aim of the subject test. Okay. So other branch people can also follow the same process. Similarly, what you do in mock test, again keep a threshold of 50%. Okay, in that threshold of 50% target an accuracy of 80 to 90%. That should be your target, and once you are gaining this accuracy you will be landing up higher in the ranks. Analyze your rank, and in mock test you will be getting the subject wise performance. Like in subject test I have chapter wise performance, in mock test I will have subject wise performance, and whatever I was doing with chapters this time, I'll do the same thing with the subjects. Whichever subject is my weaker area, I'll revise that subject and then I'll attempt the mock test in order to gain marks in that particular subject. So that is how if you use the K-test you can gain most of it, you can gain maximum benefit, but never attempt tests consecutively, successively, one after the other without any revision stage in between. Okay, this stage is actually the most important stage, and to reach this stage you need to analyze your performance. Okay, so there is a 3-step cycle: practice, then give test, analyze, or you can say like this. So practice, then test, then analyze, then again practice. But this should be adaptive. Based on whatever you have scored in the test where you are lagging, focus more on those topics rather than the other topics. I am not saying leave other topics as it is. If you are good in one chapter, it does not mean you will never touch it again. It means you will touch it, but you will not overemphasize it. But you will only work more and more on your weaker areas wherever you are losing marks. Okay, so that is how you have to attempt the K-test, and I hope now all of you can do the same thing and benefit maximum from whatever we are giving you guys. Thank you all. I hope this video benefits you all, and all the best for all your GATE performance, and I hope you do the best up to your potential and gain maximum from this year GATE.